My name is Greta Thunberg. I am 15 years old and I'm from Sweden. I speak on behalf of climate justice now.
Hello, I'm Severin Suzuki speaking for ECHO, the Environmental Children's Organization. We're a group of 12 and 13-year-olds trying to make a difference.
Many people say that Sweden is just a small country and it doesn't matter what we do. But I've learned that you are never too small to make a difference.
Vanessa Setti, Morgan Geisler, Michelle Quigg, and me. We've raised all the money to come here ourselves, to come 5,000 miles to tell you adults you must change your ways.
And if a few children can get headlines all over the world just by not going to school, then imagine what we could all do together if we really wanted to.
Coming up here today, I have no hidden agenda. I am fighting for my future.
But to do that, we have to speak clearly, no matter how uncomfortable that may be.
Coming up here today, I have no hidden agenda. I am fighting for my future. Losing my future is not like losing an election or a few points on the stock market.
You only speak of green, eternal economic growth because you are too scared of being unpopular.
I am here to speak for all generations to come. I am here to speak on behalf of the starving children around the world whose cries go unheard. I am here to speak for the countless animals dying across this planet because they have nowhere left to go.
You only talk about moving forward with the same bad ideas that got us into this mess, even when the only sensible thing to do is pull the emergency brake.
I am afraid to go out in the sun now because of the holes in our ozone. I am afraid to breathe the air because I don't know what chemicals are in it.
You are not mature enough to tell it like it is. Even that burden you leave to us children.
I used to go fishing in Vancouver, my home, with my dad, until just a few years ago we found the fish full of cancers.
But I don't care about being popular. I care about climate justice and a living planet.
And now we hear of animals and plants going extinct, every day vanishing forever.
Our civilization is being sacrificed for the opportunity of a very small number of people to continue making enormous amounts of money.
And now we hear of animals and plants going extinct, every day vanishing forever.
Our biosphere is being sacrificed so that rich people in countries like mine can live in luxury.
In my life, I have dreamt of seeing the great herds of wild animals, jungles and rainforests full of birds and butterflies. But now I wonder if they will even exist for my children to see.
It is the sufferings of the many which pay for the luxuries of the few.
Did you have to worry of these things when you were my age?
The year 2078, I will celebrate my 75th birthday. If I have children, maybe they will spend that day with me. Maybe they will ask me about you.
All this is happening before our eyes, and yet we act as if we have all the time we want and all the solutions.
Maybe they will ask why you didn't do anything, while there still was time to act.
All this is happening before our eyes, and yet we act as if we have all the time we want and all the solutions.
You say you love your children above all else, and yet you are stealing their future in front of their very eyes.
I'm only a child, and I don't have all the solutions. But I want you to realize, neither do you.
Until you start focusing on what needs to be done, rather than what is politically possible, there is no hope.
You don't know how to fix the holes in our ozone layer. You don't know how to bring the salmon back up a dead stream. You don't know how to bring back an animal now extinct. And you can't bring back the forest that once grew where there is now a desert.
We cannot solve a crisis without treating it as a crisis.
If you don't know how to fix it, please stop breaking it.
We need to keep the fossil fuels in the ground, and we need to focus on equity.
Here, you may be delegates of your government, business people, organizers, reporters, or politicians, but really, your mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunts and uncles, and all of you are someone's child.
And if solutions within this system are so impossible to find, then maybe we should change the system itself.
I'm only a child, yet I know we are all part of a family, 5 billion strong. In fact, 30 million species strong.
We have not come here to beg world leaders to care. You have ignored us in the past, and you will ignore us again.
And borders and governments will never change that.
We have run out of excuses, and we are running out of time.
I'm only a child, yet I know we are all in this together and should act as one single world towards one single goal.
We have come here to let you know that change is coming, whether you like it or not.
In my anger, I am not blind, and in my fear, I am not afraid of telling the world how I feel.
Change the system itself.
In my country, we make so much waste. We buy and throw away, buy and throw away, buy and throw away, and yet northern countries will not share with the needy. Even when we have more than enough, we are afraid to share. We are afraid to let go of some of our wealth.
We have come here to let you know that change is coming, whether you like it or not.
In Canada, we live the privileged life, with plenty of food, water, and shelter. We have watches, bicycles, computers, and television sets. The list could go on for 2 days. 2 days ago, here in Brazil, we were shocked when we spent time with some children living on the streets. This is what one child told us. I wish I was rich.
We have not come here to beg world leaders to care. You have ignored us in the past, and you will ignore us again.
And if I were, I would give all the street children food, clothes, medicines, shelter, and love and affection.
Change the system itself.
If a child on the streets who has nothing is willing to share, why are we who have everything still so greedy?
We have come here to let you know that change is coming, whether you like it or not.
I can't stop thinking that these are children my own age, that it makes a tremendous difference where you are born.
Is pull the emergency brake.
That I could be one of those children living in the favelas of Rio. I could be a child starving in Somalia, or a victim of war in the Middle East, or a beggar in India.
We have not come here to beg world leaders to care. You have ignored us in the past, and you will ignore us again.
I am only a child, yet I know if all the money spent on war was spent on finding environmental answers, ending poverty, and finding treaties, what a wonderful place this earth would be.
Change the system itself.
At school, even in kindergarten, you teach us how to behave in the world. You teach us not to fight with others, to work things out, to respect others, to clean up our mess, not to hurt other creatures, to share, not be greedy. Then why do you go out and do the things you tell us not to do?
Maybe they will ask why you didn't do anything. while there still was time to act.
Do not forget why you are attending these conferences, who you're doing this for. We are your own children. You are deciding what kind of a world we are growing up in. Parents should be able to comfort their children by saying, everything's going to be all right. It's not the end of the world, and we're doing the best we can.
And we are running out of time. We have come here to let you know that change is coming, whether you like it or not. The real power belongs to the people.
You grown-ups say you love us, but I challenge you, please, make your actions reflect your words. Thank you.